So, for today's video, I'm going to do a post-relationship baseline. I think I need to just get this off my chest so I don't have to think about it ever again. So there was a song from a film. It was like a Escape the Matrix type of film. And this song is Darling, I'm With You All the Time. And I believe that. I genuinely did. I quite like that song. I still kind of do. It's got that guy from One Direction. So, yeah, we had big plans for the future. We were going to start our own business, doing t-shirts, printing designs on t-shirts, and she would be the one to interpret dreams, and I would be the artist drawing and doing the artwork side of it, and she would do the admin, and that didn't work out. And also I had a part-time job somewhere and at the waterfront, at the market, on the weekends, and one of us suggested I get a contract and maybe even a pay raise. And I was like, well, that's a good idea. I mean, I've been working there about 6 months, so maybe I should get a contract, Get it in writing so it's like an actual job. So we had the meeting with the bosses, and I had a gut feeling that it was the beginning of the end of me working there. They said they would think about it. A week or so later, I lost that job. And then money became an issue. I suppose money is always an issue, but it became more so. I was going to the gym and trying to draw and, also apply for jobs and maintain the relationship. So that was difficult but rewarding. I enjoyed putting someone before myself and just hold fast, the clan motto, and just enduring the difficult times, because I believed in my heart of hearts that things would get better. I suppose they didn't. She performed her first performance on was it the 2nd of Feb? Or the 1st of Feb? It was a Thursday or Wednesday. And I suppose I should have seen it then, that when she posted on Instagram that thank you for these people for supporting me, and I wasn't included, that should have been a red flag. But I had my gold tinted glasses as well as my rose tinted glasses, and I just didn't think clearly or logically, like, hey man, that's a huge red flag, even though I was the loudest fan there. And then I cut my finger at some point, real bad. I got about 9 stitches. And then she says, okay, well, let's do a starseed test. I wonder what type of starseed you are. It turns out I was an Andromedan. Apparently that's the rarest type, and that was really cool, and I spurged into it, and I did a lot of research, and I was like, okay, well, maybe that is true. My agreeableness led me to just, accept anything, really. So I was like, okay, Andromedan. Let's be unique, let's be snowflakes, I guess, why not? That stopped very soon as well. It was very turbulent, and it culminated in the day I left. It was the weekend after Valentine's. My folks came and picked me up, and I moved out, and I wasn't quite ready to move out. My heart and everything was still in. Perhaps we could work through the problems ones that I caused and just life problems together. That didn't work out. And most of my possessions were actually just books. And I returned the phone that she bought me to her. It was very much like being in a dream, very lucid. I was still off my antipsychs, which make me, the antipsychotics that make me less irritable and less aggressive. And I was also on the wrong medication for my diagnosis. And as I was leaving, she said, she's just a phone call away. And also we created a code language. Like 6 was when I was having a meltdown, like an autistic meltdown. Anyway, I had 2 bad phones at the time, and they didn't really work properly. I somehow managed to get one to work. And I messaged her and I sent her 6, and she didn't respond until later in the evening, and then we made plans to go hiking the next day, and we were still doing role-playing. Like, I remember Mrs. Green, the pregnant lady, and it was very fun role-playing. Improv acting. I was quite good at it. I enjoyed it. And then we were twin flames at some point, and I was like, okay, cool. So we're destined to be together. That's awesome. Yeah, okay. You're the extreme feminine. I'm the extreme masculine. Let's be apart for some time. Maybe. Well, let me do some introspection. Let me reflect on my behavior. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I made a lot of mistakes. Eventually I get to borrow the phone she bought me, and on the condition that I follow some rules, like regulate my emotions, ignore toxic people, obey the rules of the house, do daily affirmations, which I would have to send to her, and that was good. I was slowly getting into a routine, and then I told a friend, and they were like, well, why do you have to send affirmations to her? She's nothing to you, you're not together. And I was like, well, yeah, I treat her like family because she's still a good person in some ways. And they were like, just don't have anything to do with her. So I was like, okay, well, lady, I'm going to stop doing these affirmations because it feels weird. And then time goes on. I visit some friends. I speak to friends, a friend or two, well, actually 2 friends. And they're like, well, maybe she wants to get back with you. So then after she, didn't fulfill her end of the deal, I kind of got mad, and I was like, well, why must I toe the line if she can't? So I sent a rude message to one of her friends, and then she wanted the phone back, and then I was like, no. Then she got a warrant of arrest for me for theft for the phone. And I would block her and then unblock her every now and then, and I would just get really rude messages, understandably. And then it just became too much, and I was like, okay, fine. Take your phone, I'm going to make an alternative to get another phone, and my sister borrowed me a phone, gave me a phone, an iPhone. And then the day I saw her, I asked her to return some of my stuff back, which she did. And she was with a guy, Dylan, who I didn't like because I was off my meds, so my perception of reality was different. And then she said, you're sad and insecure, and I was like, okay. I kind of don't want to have anything to do with you. My heart was about 120 beats per minute. And then she sent a long paragraph of text saying, I'm never going to be with someone like her, and I'm going to hate myself for the rest of my life. And I kind of take that as motivation. Um, yeah, and there were just a lot of things like, sleeping on the other side of the bed. Oh, and her dog would yelp whenever you'd move it, but that's just the nature of bitches. Like female dogs, they over-exaggerate injuries or move like when you touch them. Um, so, yeah, there was a lot of good in the relationship. Will I use Tinder again? Probably not. Not anytime soon. So, the whole twin flame, Andromedan, it was all just delusions, I guess. Um, do I miss her? A little bit. Um, we had our good times, even if a lot of it was toxic and bad. I mean, there were a lot of shit tests that I failed, and part of me thinks if maybe I was a better man, I would have passed them. I don't know. Um, but yeah, lots of lessons learned. I called her Cupcake when she came to collect the phone, and she was like, "I'm not your Cupcake," which I thought was quite funny. To love is to lose, and to lose is to die, and I'm slowly like getting back to my pre-had me, although it's getting difficult to be optimistic, more like sanguine, rosy-cheeked and bloody, but I still have some good friends, and that makes a world of a difference. Yeah, what else? Oh, and she's blocked me everywhere, so I don't know. I don't know. It's weird that I still want to, see what she's doing, even though she's made it blatantly clear that we can't even be friends. And I got mad that she wasn't even a trustworthy friend when she promised. She said she's just a phone call away, and we could still be friends. And once I get a job, I could take her out for dinner or something, and we could be on good terms. But I don't know. So Tinder, is it good? Is it bad? It's like a cesspit, really. Nothing really good comes of it for me. Lots of bad experiences, but like I still use it for some reason. Um, yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And goodbye.